Well, okay, but that's good. But Arizona office.
What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? It is I, Chris, again, telling you part two
I'm trying to figure out
of the story that happened on Sunday. Sorry, that's nonsense talking in the background. If you want to see a visual of it, hey, nonsense. That's the back of his head.
AAA roadside. Is that cheaper?
Okay, if memory serves me correctly, I believe the last part I left off was when I was pulling off from my apartment complex. Okay, so as I was pulling off, I get a phone call.
Okay, what about this trip
from nonsense?
What about that? Yeah.
And the very first thing he says is, "Chris, how are you doing?" And if memory serves me correctly, every single time he has always said those words or said something off, like say something really nice to me, I knew that something went wrong. It has always been that way as long as I can remember, and I've known him for 11 years. Okay, so I'm like, what?
It's not like, then I probably get like 4 or 5
He's like,
come back home.
guess what? My car broke down and is
I just moved to DC, so
stuck out on 87 at the Elizabethtown intersection, and I'm gonna need you to come pick me up. And I'm like, well, I have plans. I'm going out to dinner with my friend
I'm thinking about moving there.
Del Sol and his wife. You have to wait on me until I get ready. Then I'll come and pick you up. He said, okay, cool. Okay, so I meet Del Sol and his wife at Barnes & Noble. This is about almost 8 o'clock. We talked for a minute, and we decided to go get some dinner. Alright, so this is about 8:30, and as I'm driving down the road, I'm following behind Del Sol and his wife. I hear, like, this noise. Sorry if my text message again.
New text message. Sender, Quadri Dixon.
Okay,
Are you at a Rick at the crib? Wait on Lord.
Okay, threw me off. Okay, I hear this noise. So I turn on my music and it's this rumbling noise. So, as I was turning down Racine,
and what number this is? What?
Parked behind
is this like the
Cole's
number, right?
Cole's apartment store. I get out the car and I see that one side of my car is leaning. So I walk over and see
let's say I get
my tire goes flat on me. Thank God I'm following behind Del Sol and his wife, because I get on the phone, call them immediately, and they come back and pick me up within 2 minutes. And you know, we check out the car, and it appears that wire was hanging out on the inside of my tire. Okay, so we climb into the car, and Del Sol's wife is like, well, Chris, do you not want to eat dinner because we won't get offended? And I'm like, no, because we made plans. You know, let's go out and go eat dinner. All right, so we go to Badobo's, which is a Mongolian grill. And
do I pay right now, or how does that work?
We leave about 9:30, a little past 9:30, because that's the time it closes. Drops me off to the house.
Okay, what I'm gonna need to do, I'm gonna call you up and my account and make sure
and when I get to the house, I knock on Coke's door, which is my other roommate, and I tell him what happened. Okay, Coke is dressed in pajamas at this time. It is.
Okay,
he's in his room, locked in his room, watching a movie, and he's about ready to go to bed because he has to go to work the next morning.
Alright.
So, he gets upset and he's all like, well, this, you know, stuff like this always happens. to nonsense, and you know, it always falls back on us. So he's all like, well, can you contact him and ask him if, you know, his girlfriend can come, can drop him off here. He says, he texts me back, no. I didn't find out why. He didn't give me a reason why until we picked him up. But before that, I tell Coke that, well, you know, I gave him money to go see her and buy her the gift, and his main concern is how we're going to get there. Because he only has like a quarter-cent gas. So I'm like, well, I will give you $20 and we can go drive up there to go pick him up. Not knowing that he really didn't need the entire $20. He probably only needed 10. So, you know, Delso and his wife leaves, and me and Coke gets into the car, we go get gas, and we're driving down 74, 76, and then we're going down 87. Alright, so it only takes us, okay, now mind you, Coke is driving probably like 40 miles, 55 miles an hour, which is not even the speed limit. He's going under the speed limit. We get to the intersection of Elizabethtown about 2 o'clock. We actually get there a little early. And during the time we were driving up there, we're texting Eric, we're texting nonsense, and we're letting him know, you know, to get to us as soon as he can, letting us, and you know, during this time he's letting us know that he's at the movies or whatever, and we tell him what's more important, getting home or staying there and park to North Carolina, which is a broke down car. So he eventually, I guess he takes advantage of watching the entire movie, because we tell him, you know, get out of the movie theater. So like I said, we get to the intersection at around 2:11 a.m. Okay, so we get there before he does, and we end up going to a store. And, you know, I get me a bag of Skittles, he gets some snacks or whatever. We're sitting there waiting on him. And he finally gets to the intersection about 2:30, probably 2:30. Okay. And when we get there, we ask him, why couldn't she bring you to the house? And he's all like, well, she'll get lost, knowing that she drove to our apartment before in the past. You know, whatever on that. But so, you know, we're driving back to Wilmington, and the entire time we're driving back, we're telling Eric, you know, this is a bad idea. You know, you need to get your priorities straight. You know you have to go back to Maryland to go to a job interview, but you're stuck here in the state of North Carolina. I mean, just a whole bunch of, you know, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. And the thing is, we tell him so many times to stop all these little escapades he goes on, because every single time it ends up bad. We tell him not to do it, but he does it anyway. That's the old saying: you can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. You know, and that's the story of nonsense. So we finally get back to Wilmington about, hold on. Oh, okay, almost time. We finally get to Wilmington about 3:30. Okay. Now, mind you, Nonsense has to get up at 8:45 to go to work. I have to get up at 10 the next morning to go to work. I also have to call Kohl's to let them know that my car is broke down behind their store, and I'll be able to take care of it. You know, get the car back out today, which was yesterday. I didn't get any good sleep that night. I ended up waking up at 8:30. Couldn't sleep after that, and I go to work. They dropped me off to work about 10:30. Later that day, I did get my tire and my car fixed. So, and that was only $50 out of my pocket. But out of Nonsense's pocket, he has to worry about getting a tow truck and getting the car fixed and going back up to Maryland before Friday, which is where he would be at his interview. Time is running out now. That's my little story. Shout out to everybody who subscribed to me. I hope you have a great week. And see you later.